Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
All right, what's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Whew Chile Chronicles Podcast. It's your girl, Cubana Kiss, and you already know I got my boys with me. I got my boy Playboy. What's up?
What it do?
He watching the Bears, y'all. He gonna be in and out. I don't know what we gonna get up out of Playboy today. I don't know what we gonna get. And of course, I got my boo, Brock James.
What's up?
Thank you so much for having me back. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Appreciate
I just
you.
don't even know if I can move forward with the podcast without you being here. Like, what do you mean?
I need a little love
thing
like that too, you know?
I'm just saying, my listeners love Brock and hate Playboy. They like
they probably do. They probably do.
No.
They be like, they love Playboy because he gives the contrast that we need, but they be like, what the fuck he talking about? Because I'm ready to fight Playboy. But it is what it is. So everybody,
gotta
this
be the
is
villain.
somebody. Am I the villain? Am I the drama? I can't be the drama. So everybody, this is our final episode of the year. We wrapping up 2021. Yo, this has been an interesting year for the podcast. We didn't have a lot of changes, different co-hosts pulling in and out of this motherfucker. We trying to figure it out, but I think we might have got it. And, so I do want to say to you guys that I really appreciate your consistency and y'all always rocking with me and y'all kind of helping me figure out this situation of a podcast. It means so much to me. So
Well, thank you for having us. And
I know. I appreciate you.
this is just as much as like a thing for us as it is for you. So happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, so no tears. No tears. So y'all already know we're gonna get right into the relationship topic, and today we got two scenarios to kind of figure it the fuck out. So now the first one, the guys have already been kind of warned. They gotta flip it and make it what they feel is the answer, but I'm going to read it. So this is the scenario. You are chatting with a man or a woman for a few weeks. You're pretty interested in and the feeling is mutual. He plans a first date. You super excited. He has one request for you not to wear any weave or makeup on your first date. Are you offended? Do you still go? Are you still even interested? And how do you respond? I feel like as the only woman on today's
I
show,
was just gonna say,
Yeah,
you the
I
only
was
one
like,
who can
ladies
answer.
first.
We don't wear makeup.
as the only woman on today's show, I have become more self-conscious about my face because my face has started breaking out once I had stopped taking the medication. So before I didn't give a fuck about makeup, like whatever, I'm not wearing it. But once my face started breaking out, then I had like these acne scars, I'd be like, no, I gotta put something to hide these acne scars. So I feel like had this been like a few years ago in my life, I probably wouldn't have gave a fuck. Like, I don't wear makeup for real anyway. But like now that I'm self-conscious about these scars that I have, that I'm like, you know, actively trying to get rid of and everything like that, I feel like that I don't think I would be offended, but I would be more self-conscious on the date. Also, 9 times out of 10, if a nigga meet me out in these streets, I probably ain't got on no makeup. Like, I just probably don't have no makeup. I'm not at my son's games, at the basketball games with my face made up. I'm not at the grocery store with my face made up. Like, it's just not who I am. So I don't know if I would necessarily feel offended. The weave situation, I am a natural hair girl. Y'all see my hair in all kinds of different styles from week to week, from day to day. I don't get no fuck about no weave. The last time I had weave was actually earlier this year, which was the first time in 4 years that I had weave in my hair. And it was only because I felt like being extra fucking cute because I was graduating. Like, the fuck? But that's it. So I don't know if I would be offended depending on his reasoning for asking me.
That's kind of like when I'm reading that meme, I'm just like, well, what is his point of view with this? Also, I'm very big into like these games are for 2 players, plug in your controller, press start. So she could have been like, well, let me see your dick on soft. Let me see your credit score. Let me see this. Let me see that. Since you asking all this stuff from me, what about you? That's just how I feel. Now, you did bring up some really good points about, like being self-conscious, this, that, whatnot. It's really weird in the sense where his kind of like, oh, I need to see if you're worthy enough sort of thing.
Yeah.
But are you like, if you
like,
ain't
are you cute enough without all of those things to be next to me? Like, that's kind of how I read it.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, I just read it as in like, how you gonna be asking me all this stuff if you ain't shit yourself?
You ain't shit yourself.
See, I took it a total different way. Like,
Okay.
if a guy met you out and you ain't had nothing on, and then like he see all the time in your pictures and stuff, you got all that on. So he just requested, when I first saw you, you was really gorgeous, looking all natural. So can our first date be the same way? That's how I took it.
Playboy one of them niggas that you send a paragraph of a message to and he only responds to the first part.
Hey,
I know you are.
It'd be the most irrelevant part too.
No, I feel you on that though. I don't know if I would be offended per se. One, I respect a real ass man. So if you gonna tell me like, back, look, when I met you, like Playboy said, when I met you, you ain't had none of that stuff on. You ain't had no weave. You ain't had no makeup. Like, come like that. XYZ. So I don't know if I'll be offended. I will tell you this much, though. One thing I do hate about first dates when it comes to men is when they don't really inform you of what the date is and you don't know how to dress. Now, that shit pisses me the fuck off. Because, bro, if we going hiking and I'm a heels girl, maybe you should tell me that. Like, wear athletic gear. And then I come outside in a fucking cute ass sweater dress. And you're like, oh, actually, we're going to Mount Everest. Like, boy, fuck you. No, I'm not. Like, what's happening here? Like, that's what really be bothering me. But I don't know about this situation. I wonder how our listeners feel about this. Because I think I'm sticking with the whole, are you offended? I'm not sure if I would be offended or if I just still wouldn't go. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't offended, but you asking for a lot, so I ain't coming. Like, you know what I mean?
All three had different viewpoints of it, and I feel like it might have catered to just like how we personally viewed it and like where we came from and like put ourselves in the situation. Because y'all brought up some really good points. I didn't even think about that when I'm like thinking about how I would react to it, or like how I would never ask I would never ask anybody of that. So like, I don't know.
Right. I do think that's weird. I don't even know what I could ask from a guy like in that sense to like come back. Like you said, like I'm like, oh, okay, you don't want me to wear these things, but like, don't wear no shirt on the first date. Like, do I sound like an asshole after that? Like, let me see your beer belly. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, that shit weird.
But some women do that. Some women do ask like, can you dress up for me? Don't wear no t-shirts every time I see you wearing Nike, this and that. Dress up for me. So it's about the same thing.
Yeah.
I
can't even lie. I can't even argue with it. Like, yeah, no, yeah.
I feel like Playboy has like he lives in a different life than I have ever lived in, and so it's always funny to me when you give your like. Women ask this too. I ain't never had to ask no man not to wear no fucking t-shirt. Like, what type of man is out? And maybe it's just who I am and who I attract. But like the guys who I date and my current boyfriend, like they understand the fucking assignment. Like, we going to a wedding, your ass better not fucking pop up at my house at a t-shirt because it's over that day. It's over. Don't worry about it. It's over. Finished. Finito. I'm good. I'm good, love, and joy. Like, I have no thought process. I would be so confused if I had to tell my man, like, oh, I want you to dress up for me. I feel like the conversations that we do have, and not we as in me and my guy, but just in general, people who I've dated, I'm like, oh, we don't go on dates no more. Like, take me out. I want to go out. Like, I feel like we get comfortable in a space where it's like, oh, okay, well, I courted her already. Or, you know, I've done these things already to kind of get him, and we don't do that shit no more. I don't like that aspect of dating. That kind of bothers me. I gotta tell you, I put on some clothes. What's happening? Like,
no, I'm just saying, a lot of women complain about that a lot. Niggas don't know how to dress and take them out.
It's men out here wearing t-shirts on a date. This is interesting as the fuck.
I mean, they wearing socks and sandals to their weddings.
You know what? Good night. Good motherfucking night.
Like, getting married in like their Wrangler jeans. Like, it's it's happening.
You know what? But it's people that they knew who they was marrying, right? At that point, you know who you fucking married.
I agree. I fucking agree. Like,
that shit just listen, child. I just don't even know. Okay, so look. The next meme, because we've been working on relationship memes. The next meme, the top of the meme says, "This is why y'all get cheated on." That's how I start off. And it's a picture of a couple laying in the bed, and she is pushing her guy away, saying, "I don't feel like it tonight." And he says to her, "It's been 2 weeks." Now the top of it say, "This is why y'all get cheated on." Is this why people getting cheated on, Brock?
I mean, it's a big factor, but I wouldn't say altogether like that's the main reason why people cheat. I'm like, if you're just really like straying away that far, like it's got to be some mental shit in there. It's got to be more than just sex, but like sex is a big part of it too. And honestly, like, don't date somebody if they don't have the same sex drive as you. Like, sorry, you need to communicate that. Like, if you have a low sex drive, but you're with somebody that's like always wants to fuck, you need to communicate some sort of agreement, deal, whatever works for y'all. But because it's not gonna work out.
Okay, we're gonna play, boy. What you gotta say?
That is the reason niggas cheat. Like, for real. Shit. I'm doing everything and you're not giving me that 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm smashing your best friend, your cousin. I'm getting from somewhere. You're going to feel
not
it.
Your best friend and your cousin. Lord. It sounds like a Jerry Springer love triangle.
But no, it all depends on the situation.
Okay. Elaborate.
You know, some people got kids, some people working different types of jobs, so you know, it could be a lot going on. Some people have some rough weeks. He said it only been 2 weeks.
That's why I say it's just a little bit more.
It could have been a rough 2 weeks. But he should have took it though. That's what I would have done.
Oh, he should have raped her. Okay.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
What you mean take it? Because what the fuck is you trying to say?
He should have finessed her, like, you know, baby, come here, you know. No, he should have smoothed her over, you know, a little foreplay, something. See where it
I do not believe in withholding sex, period. Not because of an argument, not because I don't feel like it, or because I'm too tired. I don't understand that thought process. I know it happens. I know that it happens a lot. I know that married people, when they get married, they be like, oh, you know, I can't say the last time we had sex because XYZ, da-da-da. I don't personally agree with that. I feel like there are, in my head, 3 reasons why relationships or marriages don't work, right? Bad communication, financial problems, and lack of sex. Lack of sex. I don't give a damn if I'm not in the mood. I don't give a damn if I'm tired. If my man want it, he gonna get it. Like, that's just how I view, like, my lifestyle, my husband, that's my partner. I don't want you to feel like you can't have that part of me because we had a rough week. Like, we gonna have a couple rough weeks. We gonna have a couple rough months. Like, that should be the one thing that's just like we're still connected in that physical sense of things. Because sometimes you just need to get that shit off and you won't have a rough week no more. Like, sometimes that's the problem. Like, so I don't know about that. I don't feel like the type of shit. You ain't come better than that. Like, bitch, I just had surgery and you know that. Like, that's gonna have to be the reason why, like, it ain't going down.
Well, you said the first thing was the lack of communication that goes hand in hand with the sex, because if you're not communicating, you know, your feelings. And I mean, I have a question for both of you as far as like with your partners. Do you feel a vibe between them when like you both don't want it, or like both of you want it at the same time? Is that even an issue, or are y'all just on the same wavelength like that? Because sometimes, but I can't. Is your wife a sexaholic though?
Oh no, I ain't married.
Oh, you're not married?
No, he just got all them goddamn kids. He ain't married.
Here I go with all the kids.
He ain't married.
Yo, the fucking kids threw me so off.
I knew that's what threw you off, bro. I knew that's what threw you off.
Sorry, I was like,
I knew
So you
it.
thought I was married with all the kids?
He didn't think all them kids was yours. He thought you like married into some kids and you had some kids.
No, them all mine.
No, that's what I thought, but I was like, okay, like, I don't know why. Anytime I was just, like, thinking of, like, all your kids, I felt like I thought of it as, like, a Brady Bunch square with, like, all their, like, heads in it.
Here's a story of a nigga named Black Boy. Oh, my God. That is hilarious.
Okay,
wow.
My fantasies just changed now. It's
yeah, that is so fucking funny.
Okay, but the person that you are fucking with the most, are they a sexaholic?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something that's like communicated between you guys, and that's like the vibe you were catching. Now, Cubana, you and your partner, are you all like on the same vibe? Like, how do you communicate that sort of, you know?
Today that look like she can't answer that question.
So we are, some of my listeners, I feel like everybody knows this, that we are long distance. I am in one city and he is in a different city. So we are about 4 hours away. So for us, sex is a little different because there can go a week or two where I don't see him. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna go a third week without getting none. And I'm not gonna go a third week without him getting none. Like, I don't understand that logic. They just sound ghetto as fuck. But so in that instance, I think that changes like my answer. Mm-hmm. However, I don't know if I'm not considered a high sex drive person. Like, I'm just not, which is probably what my view is. If you want it, you can get it, cause whatever the fuck. Like, you know, like, I'm not pressed on having it. So you ready? Let's go. But it doesn't really have to be communicated. It's not like on Tuesday at 9:00 we're gonna have sex. Like, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Anybody who does that is whack. Like,
no, real talk. He can look at me a certain way, and I'ma know. Like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Like, you know.
So does that make the sex more passionate when you guys see each other? Then.
Yeah, I can say that.
Does that make it like you cherish it more?
I cherish it a lot more.
I cherish it a whole lot more.
That shit is hard, bro, because I be like, what the fuck is happening? But yeah, I definitely cherish it a lot more. And I will say that being with him physically is way more passionate than it was with anybody else that I was with. Mm-hmm. But mainly because there's that break and that gap in between, because, you know, he got a life there and I got a life here, and like, just stuff don't really line up the way we want it to line up all the time. So hell yeah, when I see him, I'll be like, hands in bed. Like, I don't fucking know. Everybody gotta go to fucking bed because I'm trying to get in like right now. So, and also too, because we're long distance, like, you know how most couples have like they like arguments, and they can have like makeup sex. You know, we have an argument. It can go 2 weeks before we can even like what the fuck? Like, no.
Y'all don't forget what y'all fought about.
We don't know what we was arguing about. Then I had points Like, I had some points in my fucking head that I don't even remember no more because fucking I ain't mad no more. Or if I am still mad, I'm just being petty at that point because I'm not really upset anymore. I don't even remember what the fuck. Like you said, what were we arguing about? I don't know. Or did the argument start about something else and I was still mad about something else and then something else in between there happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, because shit, who fucking knows? Like, so yeah, that shit get kind of weird. Long distance relationships are hard, but they can work. Ours works for us. Like, we've been doing it for a long time, and we good.
That's what's up. I couldn't do it, but I'd have been astray.
Make sure when y'all had that wedding, I want some of the wedding cake. Make sure it's good. I love wedding cake.
You like wedding cake?
Yeah.
The weed or the actual cake?
The actual cake.
Well,
The wedding cake.
You weren't asking me, but
we wedding cake something different. Do y'all see yourselves getting married? That's a great little segue.
I do.
Yeah, I do. One day.
One day. Not in a rush to do it though.
I need to wear a tux one day and walk somebody down the aisle.
Nigga, you could do that with your daughter. Like, what the fuck? That don't mean that you want to get married. Like, what are we saying? Like, I don't understand.
No, for real. I'm ready to be married.
I'm trying to get my life in order before I get married. I'm trying to like actually be able to pay for a wedding because I can't do that right now. That's not an expense I can put money into the pot for.
I feel you on that. Stop talking about why you ain't married none of your baby mamas.
Man, that's a long story.
And we got time. It's a fucking podcast, my nigga.
I don't know. We just didn't connect. There was a lot of issues.
I don't feel you on that.
Real with issues.
But you can't run from them all. You got issues with everybody.
You will, but some issues you just can't tolerate.
That's true too. That's a motherfucking fact. So, yeah, I'm the typical.
But even though I can't stand some of them, you know, I still respect them because they the mother of my kids.
Absolutely.
But other than that, nah.
It shouldn't be no other way.
For life. I'd be like Drew Peterson.
Lord have
Drew Peterson. What the fuck?
I'm just saying. It was better for me to let it go. She drowned.
Before she Lorena Bobbitt, yo ass.
She drowned in the
tub. Playboy, I gave him to go, y'all, so he can say whatever he wants to say today. He's not censored.
I was trying to hold back.
I am your typical girl. I definitely aspire to be married. I aspire to change my motherfucking last name. I aspire to have more children. Those definitely are things that I want. And so I patiently wait for those things because you won't see me on a motherfucking meeting proposing to no nigga because I ain't gonna do it.
I was going to say it's going around. I see girls every day proposing.
Not over here. I'm gonna tell you what I ain't gonna do. Propose. What kind of crazy? Like, I want to know, and I'm definitely judging. What the fuck is going through your head where you like, I'm gonna get down on one knee and ask this nigga to marry? Bitch, if he ain't proposed to you, it's a reason. It's a reason he hasn't. The fuck?
I'm not gonna lie. A girl dropped down and proposed to me. I am finna laugh in her face, and I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it because I can't take you serious. Like, really?
What is happening? Like, propose on a knee. You would have bent down in front of you on one knee with a ring. These bitches be having rings like a whole box. Like, I don't under fucking stand.
And they be some nice rings too. I
And
know
they be nice as hell. Like, these bitches, like, you know.
Like, she definitely visited
They say you should go after what you want, and you are what I want. Bitch, you ain't what he want. He ain't proposed. What's that?
They got Jacob the Jewel on.
Every kiss begins with K.
And every dummy begin with D. Because what the fuck is that?
Honestly, I agree with you because every time I see those pictures, I'm just like, there's a reason he hasn't proposed to you, baby girl.
There is a reason.
I'm all about like doing whatever you want in your relationship, but somebody just always just looks really off to me. I'm just like, yeah, no,
awkward.
it looks awkward, and he ain't supposed to because he ain't ready for you.
He ain't ready for you, or just like you said, Brock, I've heard plenty of guys on, man, I missed out on a person who I really wanted to be with because I had these things I needed to get together. And she was ready and I wasn't ready. And so that's why I didn't propose, or I haven't proposed yet. Like, now, I am one of those people that wholeheartedly believe that if you feel like a man taking too long, leave. But don't embarrass yourself by proposing to that man. Like, no, that's not going to work.
Yeah, no, I'm not fucking with it, but hey, it's not my relationship, so y'all have fun with that.
That part. Okay, so we didn't talk about marriage and shit, all of that. I don't know. Like I said, I just think I'll leave before I propose.
I think you should too. I think you should fucking run out the door.
I should. Take my shoes off like running from Michael Myers' side.
Get your little Naruto run.
My Sonic the Hedgehog will be cleaned the fuck on because I'm gonna get some rings, I ain't gonna be them. I just don't understand, child. But neither here nor there. Ooh, child, the relationship topics be having us on a whirlwind. We've had plenty of topics throughout the year. Some of them were great on the lives. We've talked about a plethora of different things. We talked about biracial dating. We've talked about a little bit of everything. Shit, sex. We supposed to have a sex therapist on. I don't know what the fuck happened to her.
That wasn't what was her name? The
head doctor. He ain't never come back on. I think she got wind of Playboy. Was like, fuck that shit.
She was gonna teach us how to do the Nancy Reagan.
Baby, I was trying to learn how to do the guac 3000.
Have you seen the whole Nancy Reagan thing on Twitter?
I seen it.
Have you heard about Nancy Reagan? She got outed as being Throatzilla.
I heard she ain't got no motherfucking. She ain't got no gag reflex.
She left no child behind. Somebody on Twitter said trickle down economics.
Twitter is hilarious. They say she invented the guac 3000. She did.
She had the whole MGM lot, like knocking on her Star trailer.
Baby, could you even imagine what was going down in the White? Baby, good day. But it be the ones that don't look like.
Imagine what goes down in there.
That too. Marilyn Monroe was
what they say about Eleanor Roosevelt.
What they say about Eleanor Roosevelt?
She was smashing all the chicks up in there.
The chick?
Yeah.
She was eating coochie? Okay, Eleanor.
Damn, she a carpet muncher. Yeah, damn. I did not know.
Apparently, Abraham Lincoln and Mary Todd Lincoln were really freaky too. Like they were both bisexual, had like orgies. Read it somewhere.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, they all freak. Benjamin Franklin had like a sex cave.
Maybe
it was freaky back in the day.
Okay, the founder fathers.
I didn't need to either.
I did not need to know this information.
I didn't either.
Say what?
It's like the ring. You got to pass it on and make sure that somebody watched the next tape. Like, you're going to get this information.
I hate you, not the ring. Listen. All right, y'all. We're going to take a quick break. And then we'll be right back with a recap of all of the foolishness that 2021 has given us. Woo, child. Y'all know what time it is. It's definitely time for that business of the week. This week's business of the week is the Alluring Experience, located at 6925 West 111th Street, right here in Worth, Illinois. Y'all, this is a one-stop shop for all of your beauty needs. You heard me, and I ain't lying. I got my nails done there. I got my lashes done there. You can get your natural hair done there. You can even get that wig laid there, honey. The Alluring Experience is just that, an experience. With everyone in the shop looking like me. It's a black-owned, woman-owned shop with a bunch of women in there on their stuff. You hit me? So listen, y'all. Take my word for it and check it out. You can get everything done there. From body waxing to lashes to nails to hair, they got you. Make sure you tell them Cubana sent you. 6925 West 111th Street in Worth, Illinois. Go check out the Alluring Experience. All right, y'all, welcome back from the break. Shout out to our business of the week. If you want to follow them or support them, you can find all of that information in the description box below. If you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast site, you can also find that in the description box. Now, as 2021 comes to an end, there's been all kinds of shit that has happened this year. We thought 2021 was going to bring us just a different 2020. It was 2020 times 2. We got 17 variants of fucking COVID-19. We got to take 45 shots to not get COVID-19. And we still don't know what the fuck COVID-19 is. So, that was all in 2021. But to kick it off, January was like, this how the fuck we started? This how the fuck we started. I got on social media to mind my black-owned business. And the first thing I see is a bunch of white people with fucking AK-47s and guns and shit kicking down the motherfucking doors of the Capitol building. I was like, that's how we started? January 6th.
I thought it was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Like, real talk, I was like, man, this thing is serious. I thought it was funny.
I didn't think it was funny, but I did find the irony in it.
Oh, very much so.
It was so much irony. I didn't think it was funny, but there was definitely a lot of irony in there because we are the thugs, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, we black, we thugs, we gangsters, we're animals. They shit down the fucking stairs and shit. Like, but we animals? What the fuck? Like, what's happening here? And I didn't talk about it during that time. I think, like, we didn't really, like, I didn't touch on that shit at all on the podcast. I'm like, I ain't done it. But, child.
That seems like a lifetime ago, too. Like, that does not seem like that happened this year.
I was very confused.
It don't.
I was so confused when I was, like, going through, and I was like, oh, let me find the little shade room calendar of all of the shit that has happened over the year. And I was like, damn. January 6th of this year is when they did that dumbass shit. Like,
and we're about to come up on the 1 year anniversary.
The 1 year anniversary. And then what's crazy is that, like, you know how, like, we're old enough to have watched 9/11 take place, like, literally live.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, our children were old enough to watch the January 6th insurrection happen fucking live. Like, my son was like, what is happening? Like, why would they do this? This is so dumb. Like, they can't sit down and talk. Like, that's how my son was so confused. He's like, they can't sit down and talk about this.
I didn't see a point in it. That's why I think I thought it was so funny. I was like, what is it for? Like, you're in the Capitol building. Do it to the White House. You know, be smart about it.
Like,
exactly.
Well, they was ramming the gate of the White House, weren't they? At some point, that they rammed the gate of the White House, trying to get on the line. I don't know. You know how they be having those instances of, like, when people be like, when the black woman, or when the white woman is on the elevator, and then the black guy gets on and she, like, clutch her purse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I feel around certain people.
I know exactly what type of people you're talking about.
Around certain people, I don't
know
necessarily feel the safest. And not like, oh my God, like, I feel like they're going to do something to me. But I'm always concerned and on pins and needles about certain things. And it's like, y'all really be scared of us. And we don't really be wanting to fuck with y'all. Like, we really don't give a fuck about y'all. But it's like, y'all don't give a fuck about nobody. Like, the privilege is real. And I don't understand. Like, I had a girl comment on my shit a while ago telling me, like, I'm white and I don't think I have privilege. I said, bitch, you ain't never been pulled over because you white.
Exactly.
You've never been pulled over because you're white. Bitch, that's privilege. Fuck you mean? Like, ma'am, they're not following you around the store. because you're white. Like, you're just not doing that. They are following me and my son, however. They did follow me with their fucking stroller. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna steal in Sears, sir? Look, a fucking refrigerator? Am I gonna put the refrigerator in the stroller? Like, what is happening? Like,
that's how they are. Because people get away with that shit.
Yeah.
They put up with the antics, and I'm just like, for what? That's why I'm like happy that like white people are getting called out on their bullshit lately.
Definitely for it. Speaking of bullshit, in February we had Gorilla Glue Girl.
Oh man, what's up? Knock.
My hair.
Hey, I heard she making money now though. She making money now.
Her hair is falling out right now because this bitch tried to put some damn black dye in her. Ma'am, you just had Gorilla Glue surgically removed from your hair. She saw some gray hairs and put black dye on it and literally clean her hair up. I'm gonna put the video.
Hey y'all, so I decided that I was gonna start wearing my real hair. But when I looked at it, I had a gray hair here, a gray hair there. So me thinking that my hair is strong enough to take chemicals, dude, no, it wasn't. I put the dye on, jumped in the shower, rinsing it out, and as I'm rinsing it out through my hair is steady coming out as I'm rinsing my hair out. Look, it's just falling. Look, it falls out in clumps. Watch. Oh, shoot. Look, it's just falling out. And I don't even know, it's like it's melted on the end. Like, I don't even know, look at it. Like, I'm over it. Like, look all of it.
She like was pulling her hair. She's like, it keeps falling out. Man, maybe you shouldn't try to do your hair no more. Maybe that's not your ministry.
She looked kind of off in the video too.
Yeah, she might have a little problems,
Yeah, I didn't want to like.
Gee, she like.
I didn't want to assume nothing, but
she like 50. She still with colored contacts, G.
That's the shit. That's
a lot
why
of older people still find that attractive. I don't know why.
That color contacts. I did that shit in high school. I used to wear one purple and one hazel. Cause why? I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
What I tell y'all, nobody believed me. I was a fucking weird ass black nerd, and nobody knew I was a weird black nerd. And so I did weird shit, and nobody ever like really questioned it. Just kind of like.
I think that's a beautiful thing, though. Like, be yourself. Like,
yeah,
we need more people in that space.
I don't even know if I was being myself. I don't know who the fuck that girl was, because this is who I am now. I'm a nerd, and I'm not the typical like black nerd. Like, I don't watch anime. Didn't watch anime. Like, that's not my nerd. Like, my nerd is actually like real knowledge. Like, I can sit here and give you the most random facts about all kinds of stuff, and people be like, "How do you know that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I have no idea why I know that, but I do." It was just whatever.
Just how I knew Ben Franklin was a fucking freak.
That's the type of shit that I'm gonna be repeating. Like, did y'all know that nigga had a sex game? Like, they gonna be like, "Why do you know that?"
Did you know?
They found out about electricity.
They were like, "What is happening?" That was me and Myrtle Beach. We went to Myrtle Beach, and so we like, we out. Me and one of my friends, we were smoking. The other friend wasn't, but either way though. We were smoking. We was on the beach, and I look up. First of all, when you live in a city, you got a lot of light pollution, so you can't see the stars. I love astronomy, like love the stars, the moon, everything. I love it. And so when I'm outside, I'm smoking, so I'm high, I'm talking shit, and I'm like, I look at my friend, and I said, "Hey, bitch, that's Mars." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you see how close it is? Like, and it's not flickering, so it's not a star, that's a planet. Only planet close enough that we see." She was like, "Bitch, why the fuck do you know that?" Like, I know that shit though. And I was right. Then I started playing, I was like, "They go to Big Dipper." She was like, "You actually," and then like as the trip went on, because we were there for like we were there for a few days. And as the trip went on, I would just throw these like random ass facts out there. And she was like, "I've known you for almost 15 years. She was like, "Bitch, I did not realize that you was like had all this random smart knowledge that you have." Like, she was like, "You the smartest ratchet bitch I know." Like, this is accurate. I will shake that ass and pass a quiz all in the same fucking night. right, so yes, Gorilla Glue Girl was in February. Her hair, it don't move. And then we moved on to March, which was the relationship guru, Derek. This is Jexter, whatever the last name is. And his wife, who he got caught cheating. And
with multiple women.
And he was telling us what we shouldn't take from men. Child, the hypocrisy.
Oh, the adulterer is gonna teach us about morals.
After looking at his wife, he was trying to sell himself that dream.
Now, I am gonna say this much about that whole situation with his wife because she definitely did not give what I thought she was gonna give. It was her trying to correct it, right? Like, oh, they think your hat is a bonnet. Bitch, it should be garbage. Regardless if it's a bonnet, if it's a hat. You getting on here sitting next to your husband who has done whatever the fuck he has done, looking a mess. Let me tell you something. I got a friend. Her husband had cheated. She took him back, which I personally believe that if you married, you do whatever the fuck you need to do to keep your relationship together. And I don't believe that in marriage, cheating is the end all be all. So I'm going to say that first and foremost. Okay. My friend decided that she was going to take her husband back. But before she took him back, did my bitch not show up to Thanksgiving dinner dressed like the motherfucking nines? Nigga, you gonna beg for me to come back. And I'm gonna look damn good. I want to remind you of exactly what's happening here. So for her to get on this live looking like she just left the laundromat, like, ma'am, did you not know what was happening? Did you not know what was happening? Did he not give her the warning? Like, hey, today we're gonna record. We're gonna go live so we can address the issue. Like, you cool with that? Yeah, I'm cool. I'm just where it is. Then, me, I'm like, maybe she was just like, I'm sad, whatever. So I go through her like Instagram page. I don't know if she had on one of his suits or like what was going on, but I was like, what is happening? Like, and not that that's the reason that he cheated. I feel like cheaters cheat to cheat. Like, everybody don't have a reason to cheat. Everybody don't have a reason to cheat. Everybody do not have a reason to cheat, and
But he had plenty of them looking at that video. Because when she would have sat down for record, I was like, the girl taping this is getting it next. Because what was you doing?
Yeah.
You're supposed to represent your significant other, and she totally didn't represent.
I agree. But he didn't represent her in a good light either.
No.
Actually, let's be 100 with you. How many of us knew he was married until that whole cheating debacle happened? Nobody even knew he was fucking married. Nobody.
I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't even know who he was.
Really? Let me ask you this. Did you know who Kevin Samuels was?
I know who he is.
Well, who was?
Kevin Samuels. You knew who Kevin Samuels was?
No, I didn't know who he was.
That's interesting.
Is Kevin Samuels in a relationship though? I thought he was just like a relationship.
I heard he's gay, so I have absolutely no idea.
He gives off the vibe.
He gives off gay vibes, but I don't like to.
Who's Kevin Samuels?
He's like
he's the mean one.
Guru. Yeah, he's
he's the mean Derek. So Derek is like coming to the women's defense, like, women, you shouldn't do XYZ, and you shouldn't have to deal with this. And Kevin Samuels be like, is your dick small?
Yeah.
Are you broke? Then you're like, what the fuck?
Like, who was down at all them women. He was like, girl, you is not a 10.
Yeah, he was like, you're a 5 at best.
You're a 5 at best. Yeah, he did say that shit.
Yeah.
I do remember the one with the guy where he's like, is your dick big? He was like, come on now. You wouldn't know if your dick is big.
You know if your dick big. Like, how much money you make? I mean, after taxes, I mean. Okay, so you broke? And your dick ain't big? And you think you're supposed to do this? I was like, oh my God. Like, who is this man? And why are y'all like purposely getting on his fucking show for him to talk to y'all like that? Like, I have no idea what's happening. Like, and then to Kevin's defense, he's saying that, I represent, and not him as himself, but like he is the whatever the person is, like he helps these top tier men find women, and this based off of him working with that type of clientele, these are the type of women that they want. They want women with no kids. They want women who are physically in shape and who look good. And the actuality of the matter is that most men want that. I don't think it matters about how much money you have. Most men just have a certain type of woman that they want. And I don't think that he has to be like completely rude to get the message across. I get what he's saying.
He comes off really harsh, but no, he does make some like valid points.
Yeah.
But it's just like, ooh, like I would not be sitting on his phone on my own phone and let him disrespect me like
disrespect me. I would have been like, first of all, you old ashy gray hair face motherfucker. Like I'll go clean in on him, baby. Don't you ever.
He ain't talking to no real niggas.
He
like,
really
hold
ain't.
up, G. What you
talking
saying?
about some damn I'm dead. He told the women like they were damaged goods because they have children. Nigga, what? What? I'll blow your shit up. The fuck? I'll blow your shit up. Where your man at?
But that's why I think he's gay, because the ones who just constantly put down women, I'm like, so basically what you're saying is you want a boyfriend.
You want a boyfriend. That's what I heard.
Exactly.
April was my favorite. Y'all know I love this line. Damn, double homicide. That was my shit. I don't give a fuck how ignorant it was. Damn, double homicide. I say that shit for everything. Don't let two bad things happen while I'm around. Damn, double homicide. That's my new shit. Like, and I took it. It's mine.
Jocelyn's Cabaret was. I didn't watch the show, but I watched like the clips of the show on YouTube. I almost got a Zeus Network. On that? We did.
On that this year.
We did a podcast on that.
We had to. It actually was a live episode. Y'all need to go check. I'm gonna go. Y'all need to check that episode out because that shit was funny. A lot of people did not find that shit funny. Like, damn, they judging her because she had the abortion. That shit was fucking crazy. Damn, double homicide. Hilarious.
But Jocelyn's Cabaret was like Bad Girls Club on steroids. Like, have you ever seen that show before?
What, Bad Girls Club?
Well, not Bad Girls Club, but the show. So the show from which the double
Jocelyn's
homicide
Cabaret
came from was on Jocelyn's Cabaret on Zeus Network. And it's like Jocelyn running like basically like a house full of strippers.
Trying to change.
Yeah, I ain't never saw that.
And
who the fuck Jocelyn trying to change? Let's just really be 100. Like, who the fuck is Jocelyn trying to change? Who's she changing? Ma'am, you really just got your shit together because you got a good stylist and a good PR person. You still a hot fucking mess too. Like, I don't understand. Child.
Do it like it's my B-Day, baby.
Hey,
She's a mess. She's mean as hell, too. That's why
she mean as fuck. Like, why the fuck would you do? You feel like, bitch, shut your face. Oh. Like, you gotta talk. I really feel like I could never, like, I used to be like, I'm gonna go on a reality TV show, like, especially when I was in college and I was just kind of like living my life. Like, I'm on a reality TV show. I couldn't go. The Chicago in me, I couldn't go. Bitch, who the fuck? Because if you're trying to fight, just say that. Because who the hell you talking to? Baby.
Oof. I know a girl who was on Bad Girls Club Chicago.
She went to Columbia. Oh, no, you talking about that other. I know who you talking about.
Which one?
No, wait. Who you talking about?
I'm talking about the girl that got the pickle juice thrown on her. She was like a replacement. They beat her ass on national television.
God damn. Double homicide.
Wasn't that big girl from the Bad Girls Club from Chicago?
I was talking about Judy from
Oh, you know Judy? Yeah.
She went to Columbia with us.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw her there though.
She was at Columbia. She was a mess on campus. I'll never forget. She threw a party. She threw a party in the dorm. And we went down to the party. And the fucking RAs, because you know you're not supposed to have parties in the dorm. So the RA come down and they was like, this is your third warning. And if we have to warn you again, we're going to call your parent. Y'all, class hadn't even started yet. We hadn't even started school yet. This is freshman year. We didn't even started yet. Bitches was already in fucking trouble. She used to be a hot mess outside the clubs. So like when we saw her on Bad Girls Club, we was like, okay, I got the voodoo for you bitches.
Me and my boyfriend quote her all the time. The scene where she was like, Priscilla, I won't squeeze up. Good morning. It's morning time. I served you breakfast in bed.
Gee, she was a hot mess. Speaking of hot mess, Portia and Simon took over May.
So I don't really know much about that one. That was one when I looked at it, I was like, I don't know who I don't remember the situation.
Portia and Simon. So Portia is from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she not only started dating, but also got engaged to a man who was supposedly her friend's ex-husband. Then she came on to say that she wasn't friends with this girl whose name I just cannot remember right now for the life of me. But she said she was not friends with her. However, on the show, Portia was the one who brought this girl onto the show. So people are kind of like, well, we know that a lot of it is scripted, but god damn, like the fuck. So that was a hot ass mess.
That's messy. That's super messy. But
that's messy. And I'm just be 100 with you. I don't want nobody that my friend has had. Now, if she was truly an associate, then it just is what it is. Mm-hmm. But if it's somebody that I've been like kicking it with, I don't want to date anybody that they have been with. But that's just me.
I mean, that stopped nobody in Peoria because they all fuck each other.
God damn. Child.
You thinking differently, so it's not as funny.
Yeah. Why I might have been listening. God damn. One of my blessings from the last episode might have been one of them damn associates. Oh Lord. Okay, in June, I don't know this guy's name, but this was the guy who actually had killed his baby mama.
And he killed the kids too, didn't he?
Yeah, except for one.
But check, right?
Except for one. One kid survived. And he called himself being his own counsel. And he looked a hot fucking mess. I'm going to insert the clips here.
And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof. Because originally, it wasn't enough. So we had to tamper with evidence. Since it was such evidence already, but we still had to tamper with evidence. If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
But he was the one who was literally in the courthouse asking dumbass questions. Did I physically harm you? His son was like, yes. Yes, you did. You tried to fucking kill me. That's what you did. I was like, what? He has to be mentally insane. If I'm charged for murder, I'm not representing myself. I don't give a fuck how smart I think I am. I'm just not gonna let somebody who's supposed to represent me. He was like, I tried to kill your mom. Yes, you killed her. You killed my mom. That was so traumatizing for that baby. Yeah.
And same with Gorilla Glue Girl. He just looks off. He looks crazy.
July was, how y'all say her name? Sha'Carri
Richardson.
She got busted for smoking weed when she wasn't supposed to go to the Olympics. And that was just the end of that. And I feel like that shit dragged on way too long. I didn't give a fuck. She's high. She can run a 100-meter dash faster than I can. I don't give a fuck. I did not care about this whole situation.
I didn't either. I'm like, how we got dispensaries and shit out here, but you, I can see if she, snorted coke or, shot up heroin. The girl smoked a joint.
Smoked a joint, which delays your senses and your ability to do shit and dusted you bitches.
So that means she probably would have outran y'all without being
Now, she did have a couple moments after that, though, that she just didn't look too much. She need to shut up and get back. What's the fastest man alive? What's his name? The one from Jamaica?
Hussein?
Yep. That's him. Hussein Bolt told her ass she need to shut up and focus on training. And though she does need to, it wasn't his place to tell her that shit, but that's exactly what she needs to do. It was not his place to tell her that, but that's exactly what she needs to do.
I get it. She's young, but also at the same time, when you're such a big public figure, you need to hire like a publicist or somebody to kind of, guide you through these situations, because this is what happens when you start talking for yourself and you say
And the
something
thing too
stupid.
is, I think the thing is too, that I think a lot of people think that Olympians just make all of this money, and they really don't.
They don't.
Oh, yeah,
And
no.
if you're not
Unless you got
getting,
sponsors.
I was going to say, if you're not getting endorsements or sponsorships, you're really not making any money. Some of them only make like $30,000 a year, and they're like gold medalists. So it's just like they might not even have the money for PR. Because you got to think about it too. While we're working like our regular ass jobs, like they're not working
training.
at all. They're training the
training.
entire
Yeah.
time. So it's like, yeah.
True. I mean, that speaks highly for Olympians, and I'm just saying anybody in general that's like in the public eye like that. When you got such a big following and people, know you throughout the social media streets,
That's facts.
you get held to a higher standard.
You really do, which I don't think is fair, but you do.
I don't think
We
it's
just-
fair, but
We hold you up here, and we hold you to be accountable for every fucking thing. Don't do shit that we gonna catch you do. We gonna hold you more accountable when we hold our goddamn kids.
that's why I don't understand like watching people on TV and like sending them death threats or just to like, I don't like, why are we holding these people to such high standards? They're just people on camera.
And people are weird as
That's
shit.
it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, y'all. In August, it just was a meme. What happened was, it was this white lady. They look like they was on drugs. And she told Dave, "You didn't piss Dave off," and that shit went viral. It wasn't nothing major about that fucking video, but that shit went viral.
Nothing. I love the Twitter edits where they would put like a bonnet on her.
A bonnet on her and everything. Like the fuck, that shit was so funny. September was the Squid Games, which I fucking hated. I watched one episode. It was good.
I watched 2 episodes. I actually really liked it, but I just get so backed up and shit. I'm behind. I'm hella behind.
I can't watch that. I did not like it. That's not my type of show. You watched it, Playboy?
Watch what?
Squid
Squid
Games.
Games.
I did. It was funny to me.
Everything is funny to your ass. Just don't make me fucking sense.
It was. The ending. I didn't like the ending though.
Well, don't give it away because Brock ain't watched it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I
You
don't
need to
give
go
a
watch it.
I know,
I
I'm
hated
so
it.
behind. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Cubana, did you watch the whole thing?
I watched one episode.
Okay.
See, that's why you didn't like it. You gotta watch all of it.
No. Let me tell you something about me. Real quick. What I hate is that social media will gas some shit the fuck up, and that shit be weak as the fuck. And Squid Games was weak as the fuck. Also, that show weak as the fuck. And I don't fucking, but those aren't my type of shows. So like I just told y'all, I'm a fucking nerd. So I don't watch that type of shit. That's not for me.
What is you?
It's
a show.
Yeah, it's a show on Netflix. It's about a guy who just kills people, but it's kind of like Dexter in a way.
He likes a girl.
Oh, that's that crazy dude that be stalking girls and
Yeah.
stuff.
His name is Joe.
Joe Goldberg.
Wow.
The first season, I will agree, gets kind of hard to watch. It's just because like it's a bunch of annoying white people, and I'm like, can you kill them off already? Like you're not moving fast enough for me.
I think I watched like 2 or 3 episodes.
You're not killing them fast enough for me.
I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of that first season, and I was like, y'all gas up every fucking thing. Fuck this
Oh my
shit.
god. Have you seen that clip from Fox News? The guy was like, I watched this clip from you. And she's like, you watched a clip of me? He's like, no, you.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
And she was pissed.
That shit was
I never
staged.
talked about
You
the
know what?
measles.
That shit was staged. And so when I was looking at it, I was like, this looks staged. And then later on it came out that it was staged, and I was even more irritated. Because I'm like, why
was
you
it?
It was staged. It was like they planned on it. I don't like that.
I don't think it was staged. I think they tried to cover it up because they made her look so damn dumb.
Yeah,
I don't know. It looked staged to me because she was like, "You've never seen an episode of me," and he even said there's a show on Netflix called You. He didn't say there's a show on Netflix of you, which would have changed the whole sentence and the grammar. Like that's how I was just like, this is dumb. Like
But she was getting pissed, so I think
don't really
it was real,
think she
and they
was
tried to
getting
cover it up.
pissed though. Neither here nor there.
I thought that shit was funny, regardless.
It was funny in the first time I watched it, but then obviously we kind of like oversaturate the shit. And I'm like watching. I'm like, this looks staged. But speaking of stage and a hot fucking fool mess, October was that man who married his goddaughter. Do y'all remember that shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
was all over
like
Facebook.
This guy Marcus Houston written all over it. You know, Marcus Houston married that fucking 19-year-old.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking 40. That shit nasty. I don't care what nobody say. It's disgusting. We've had this conversation before about age differences. My boyfriend currently is the oldest man I've ever, like, the oldest guy I've ever dated over me. I am 32.
Okay.
He is 35. So he is the oldest man. He's not. I'm not. And I wasn't even saying it in that sense. Like, oh, damn, my nigga 45. He's not.
Shoot, I thought you was 15 minutes. This nigga was like 53 or something.
No. So for me, when I see those memes and Playboy, me and you have had these conversations on our social medias before, like the whole Kel situation, and people like, oh, you know, what about when them girls in high school was dating them dudes? I don't know nothing about that, because I thought that shit was nasty in high school. Like, I'm 15, sir. You're 21. Like, what the fuck do we have in common? Like, absolutely nothing. Like, that was not me. Like, you know, it'd be different if, I didn't even date. I wasn't even a freshman dating a senior. Couldn't get me. No, sir. There's absolutely no way you want to talk to me, sir. You think I'm finna be an easy fuck, and I'm not. I'm gonna beat your ass. You better leave me the hell alone. Like, it's just, that shit is weird to me. And that shit was nasty because he helped raise that damn girl and then married her. Ugh.
Did you see her social media? Like, I don't know if it was Instagram or TikTok, but she posted these videos where she was kind of responding to people's comments. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, I don't give a fuck. I love him. And I'm just like, ooh, baby girl.
She sounded very groomed.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Very groomed. As if, she was definitely groomed. Because first of all, for y'all to get married and she's 18, this means this relationship transpired well before that. So
exactly, yeah. That just been like overnight. Like, oh, we now have a mutual attraction to each other. No,
ain't gonna work.
Exactly.
And lastly, in November, we had Astro World, which obviously we are still hearing about. He just recently got removed from Coachella. He's removed from Rolling Loud. Travis Scott he did a live interview. He didn't do a live interview. He did an interview with Charlamagne the God, and he shouldn't have did that. I'm not sure who allowed him to do that, but he shouldn't have did that. And that's just my personal opinion.
Why you don't think he should have did it with Charlamagne?
I don't think he should have did it, period. I don't give a damn if it was Barbara Walters. He shouldn't have did that shit. Like, it just shouldn't have been done. I feel like you're in the middle of litigation.
Mm-hmm.
You got all these fucking lawsuits coming at you left and right. It was not time. It was not time to do that.
He gonna beat all them lawsuits.
It doesn't matter to me whether or not he's going to beat them. Just from a PR standpoint and a person just looking on the outside in, I feel like it was too soon for him to make a statement. I feel like that needed to wait until everything had completely died all the way down. And then if there was some type of special or whatever to come out later, then there's sometime, there was a place for him to do that. I just don't think that, right? I think it was in ill taste. I do think
I think what it was, I think he only did it because the simple fact he actually was trying to show that he really cared. And he was trying to get ahead of everything. And that was something he did on his own. He didn't think about nobody else. He was just trying to fix the situation at his best knowledge.
I didn't see the interview, so.
It
But as soon as you said Charlamagne, I know Charlamagne's messy, so that kind of already irks me a little bit.
You didn't stop the show until 40 minutes after they told you to stop the show. He I stopped the show when they told me to stop the show. I don't know what's happening or whatever. But once you watch it, Brock, you'll see. I just don't agree. I don't think he should have did it. I don't think it mattered who the interviewer was.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that he should have did it yet. And I understand what Playboy's saying. oh yeah, he's trying to get ahead of it. He's trying to clear his name, XYZ. I do think there were other ways to go about that, and I don't think they infused it.
Right.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
So, what y'all think gonna happen in December? We coming up on the end of December. We only got like 3 weeks to the end of the month.
I mean, what's happening right now? I know.
Yeah, I graduated. Shout out to her.
Oh yeah, shout out to her, Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Pete.
Megan the graduate. She has
she better than me.
Yes.
As soon as I saw the millions come in, I would have logged off the computer.
You know what? And then she talks about that too, because she said that she actually promised her mom and her grandmother that she would finish. Like that's something that she would do. So, and as somebody who made that promise when I got pregnant with my son, I understand the importance of that promise. They be on your ass. You said you're gonna finish. You said you're gonna finish. You be like, man, fuck this shit. Like, fuck all this shit. But it'd be important to them too. That they be vested. It's not a lot really happening right now. We are waiting to see when Steph Curry is gonna pass up who was it, Ray Allen as the best 3-point shooter. And we waiting to see if that's gonna happen in the next few games. It ain't really shit going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what's going on. Yeah.
Ain't nothing happened yet.
That's the thing, is December been quiet. Motherfuckers just trying to coast on through, child. You know something's gonna happen. It's gonna be December 31st, and it's gonna be some random
it's gonna be
type
January
shit.
Again. January 6th, they're gonna kick it off again, yup.
Oh yeah, like the craziness ain't done yet.
Child, I'm just sitting here like, Lord, give me strength. I do want to wish you both happy holidays and a happy new year, and I will see y'all in 2022, and I wish y'all a safe one.
Thank you, same to you.
Yes, much love.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Tampa for Christmas.
Okay.
All right.
You better enjoy some heat.
I am.
Catch you some rays.
Okay.
Get that little ocean water.
Put your feet in the water.
It's 78 degrees out there right now.
God damn.
Love that.
All right, so as we wrap this up, Playboy, where can they find you? Do you know where they can find you? Where can they find you at, Playboy?
Facebook, Ivan Paxton Fenty.
You don't get that woman her name back in 2022?
Nah.
Damn. I tried, Riri. And Whew Brock James? Where you at, baby?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Whew Brock James. You can also find me on TikTok at Whew Brock James, Facebook Brock James, Twitter Whew Brock James _ I think that's it. Oh yeah, at the Split Check too, my podcast, which I'm starting to get back in 2022. I've been so focused trying to get a job, so got priorities first. But you definitely are coming on the show, and thank you so much for having me. Happy holidays to both of you. I love doing this.
Hey, same to you, bro. Be safe.
And I can't wait to, reconnect in 2022 and bigger, better things.
Bigger, better things. We got so much in store for y'all in 2022. Y'all already know where y'all can catch your girl at Cubana Kiss on everything. That's Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm on that bitch. I'm kind of funny. So you can check me out on there. But until then and until 2022, we'll see y'all then. TTYL.
Holla at me.
See you guys.